Well, hello, my mad scrappers. I am back with a new feature. We'll see, because you know me, I'm always changing it up, and more than anything, I just can't freaking make up my mind or get my act together. So let's be honest about it. But I got inspired with doing this last series, all those cards I made for Cards for Cubs and Cards for Kindness, that I thought, wait a minute, and I wanted to make, just not side fold or, or portrait fold, either way, or they call easel, not easel, dratted A-frame card, whatever they call it, okay, top fold, that I wanted to do fun folds. And I'm like, you know what, I showed you guys some of the cards I made, but I didn't show you how I made them. So I'm going to start doing Fun Fold Fridays. So every Friday, I'm going to try to do a Fun Fold card. And that way I de-stress myself from trying to make a 5-minute Friday card that we all know I'm perfectly incapable of doing. So now I have an excuse. I can do my thing. And there you go. So for this one, I'm going to come back and revisit this little friend of ours, this little bunny. So we're going to make some cards. I'm still going to, probably keep one. And as always, as we say, if you're going to make one, cut 4. And I will continue to add to my stockpile for Cards for Cubs and Cards for Kindness. This time I'm going to, while I'm at it, I'm going to incorporate one of the new things I got, which is I never got around to making something yet with, from my, okay, let's try that again. Now that I have engaged my brain, in theory, don't count on anything, but I'm coming back to my diamond press. Good Lord. You know, when you have that moment that you completely go brain damaged, way of life for me. So anyway, so we're going to work with Your Perfect, because I've been wanting to play with my little kitties. So we are going to do a fun fold card with this. So I've already die cut out. At least I have squared out. I mean, look at this. This time I made an effort. So guys, let me show you. Let me come over here. Let me move this stuff out of the way. This is what I cut away from 3 sheets of paper to square it off. So now we're going to see if when we score, if I can now get it so I don't have any overlaps or any trim offs. So, like, cross your fingers, guys, okay? Because this is getting crazy. So I've already, so let's set this up aside and let's get cracking. Although before I do that, I wanted to show you, this is the paper I'm pulling from this pad. You guys do not know how long I have had this pad of paper and never used it. I have had this since I started scrapbooking. And I started scrapbooking, my God, 2008. It started when Natasha graduated college. So I've had this paper since at least 2008, 2009. People, we can sing some serious happy birthday to this pad. And I'm getting around to using it because it just has, I mean, this is me and my big ideas from back in the day. Does it even have a date on it? I'm curious. If there's anything back, this is an old address, so I'm not even sweating that. It does, 2007, people, okay? There you go. So, I mean, it is just a fun pad. So we're going to pull out a couple of sheets from this pad, and we're going to make some really, really cute cards. So we know that I have now gone ahead and squared these off. I've got my Nina already set aside because we're going to do a little bit of coloring. I'm going to make black and white cats because I love tuxies, and that's what I've got. I've got, 2 of 3 cats in this house are tuxies. The other one is Elvis, who was a gray and white tabby. And then we have the new cat that hasn't been named yet, who is the outside cat that Nan is whispering. And soon enough will be one of our cats too. We've almost got it. Today, the new cat and Mimi were like touching noses. He stepped in and they touched and like, woo, who are you? So we'll have a new cat. I will keep you posted on that. So let's get cracking with this. So first what we got to do is score this card, my card stock. So I'm just going to score one in front of you, and then I will score the rest off camera. Okay, so I'm obviously going to pull my scoreboard, and we're going to grab one of my sheets of paper right here. And this card takes 3 scores. So this is again cut A2, 5.5 by 4 1/4. I mean, or 5.5, yeah, by 4 1/4. Okay, 5.5 by 8.5. I'm telling you. All right, so we have 3 scores. This card takes 3 scores to make that Z fold. We are going to score at 3 inches. And if you see, I pull down. Once I flush it here, I pull it down a little bit so I can get all the way to the top. So I'm going to score at 3 inches, at 6 inches, and 7 1/4 inches. I'm going to grab my 3 scores. Okay? We score that really nice and tight. I'm going to set this aside for a minute, and we're going to fun fold our card. Stay. my scoreboard doesn't want to stay where it wants to be because it is a disobedient child. Evil, evil. And we're now, so I've got this, and it is flush to the sides. I don't see any not being straight. It's a little bit short here. I give up on trying to make these perfect. But again, as I remind myself, perfect is God. So now I'm going to come up here, and had I done this right, I would have flipped the paper. But we're not going to go crazy about that now. But I remember when you do these, where you're going to be doing like accordion fold, flip your paper every time you score. And you will get the scores in the direction that you need them to be. So now we got one up here, and now we have our other score right here. And see, here's where we're short. We're a little bit short. Is it going to be noticeable? No. So I kind of like give up on trying to get these papers even. It never fails. There's always something. Because when you stand it like this, yeah, nobody knows. But there you have the base. Now, give me a second because I'm going to cut back. I have to come back because I have got this cut of several strips of the over-the-top, this over-the-top panel, which is going to be cut 8 inches by 2 3/4 inches. So give me a minute because I'm going to have to cut several strips. I'm going to be right back. All right, people, I have returned. I have my little strip of paper. Again, I cut 2 3/4 by 8 inches. I put it on my scoreboard, and I scored it 4 inches, scoring it in half. So while you guys were not paying attention in this one, I haven't trimmed down. I can already take it. See how one is wider than the other? The one piece of paper I forgot to trim down is the one that we're using. Ha, ha, ha. So, but no problem. We're just going to come in here. We're going to go to the 8-inch mark. And let me make sure. Yeah, I didn't move. Okay, there we go. Okay, problem solved. Crisis averted. Yay! Pop that down. And all we got to do now is just fold it in half. We're just going to fold our puppy in half. Where is... I like to go always, when I'm burnishing, I use my Teflon because my bone folder leaves like a sheen behind it. Like, not only does it fold it, but it polishes the paper. I don't want that sheen. So now we have the making, see, of our card. We've got our base pieces now. And while you guys weren't looking and snoozing, I've already scored all the other pieces for my other cards already. I trimmed them down correctly. And there, I'm going to set those aside because we're not doing all those cards now. We're doing a card. So now what we're actually ready to do is to do some stamping. So let me grab Miss Misty over here. We're going to move our little magnets all over the place and try to make sure that they don't and attach themselves to each other because they love each other a lot. You know, I have to give that to them. And I need to grab, before I do anything, I need to grab... No, yeah, never mind. I don't have to grab anything. Now, here's the thing. I've got to think this through for a second. This is not Nina. I can tell. This feels different. This is Nina. This is an usurper that is trying to hang out with my Nina paper. So I think because I can die cut it, I can put it on that panel. So give me a second. I got to think this through for a moment. Okay, I am back. I have made a decision, shocking as that may sound. So these are going to be birthday cards. And I'm definitely using the one that's popping out of. So, and it's a little bit smaller. So yes, I am going to go ahead and die cut it out. I was defining, am I going to put it flat on this band? But no, we're going to die cut it out because I have the dies to do that. So we're going to go ahead. We have to both grab this little friend of ours, and I need the present top. And I'm going to add, what else am I going to do? There are other bits and pieces here that I want to use. I definitely want to use the party hat. We're going to toss the party hat in the mix. And there are so many. I'm really enchanted with the little toy mouse. And since it is a birthday card, why not? It could be like part of the birthday present. So we're going to add the little toy mouse in this mix. All right, little toy mouse. Now, I've got to think for a second here. Do I want to add the fishbowl, the ball of yarn, the fishbowl, the ball of yarn? Let's make it difficult for ourselves. Let's do the fishbowl. What the heck, right? What's paper? All right, so we're just going to put all of these down. all I have to do is leave enough space to be able to die cut them out. So, and the dies I know go pretty close to flush on these. So I can go this way. Let me go this way, right? I can bring the party hat down a little bit and bring it down a mousy friend, ideally with the plan that I can get another cat cut out over here. We're gonna see if that plan holds water at all. But now all I gotta do is close my door and everybody should be picked up just. I'm going to go ahead and put a magnet down to hold my little grippy, and it should be okay, although I just saw it all shift, but I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference at all in the shift. I just wanna make sure that my paper stays where it wants to be. I'm going to open up my handy dandy drawer and find my memento, which is all the way, or actually the memento. Let's enunciate our names correctly. Do that, we'll close that. Okay. And we're going to go ahead, oh wait, before I ink it up, make sure it's good and adhered, I'm going to rough these babies up. So I'm just gonna rub them down. See, obviously I was wrong, so I'm gonna bring that one up a little bit, and I'm gonna bring it back up a little bit. Okay, so it's pretty flush to the fish tank, but I'm just roughing these up because these are brand spanking new. So that way we pull off any residue that's on them. And now we're going to ink these puppies up. Just. This is not rocket science, guys. All right? Okay. So we're gonna go do that, and we're gonna go find Mini-Me, which is right here in my drawer. Come here, Mini-Me. And we're gonna press this down. I don't have to press hard. I mean, it's acrylic. I have to remember that. But that's a pretty good stamping. So I'm just gonna, see, I missed the tail. So now I know that I've got to catch that tail. That tail is ornery. But I think with one more inking, and I probably have to hit that tail twice, you know, to get it. But I think 2 inkings will do it. Let's find out. So let's work this. I'm not going to press. I'm going to press a little bit tougher on the tail just because I missed it, but I am not pressing very hard this time around. That's pretty good. And let me get the little mousy mouse right there. Let's see, did I get it this time? And that tail is just one tough customer. It's really weird. Did I get it? Okay, now I got it, as is our mousy friend here. So I just have to press down on it. And I think we are good. Yay. Yay me. So now give me a second. I'm going to come back. I'm going to stamp up more because remember, I'm doing a bunch of cards. So I'm going to get all my stamping done. You don't need to see it. Be right back. Okay, I am back, guys. And for those of you who are new to my channel, in case you did not know, every time I get new stamps, the first thing I do is I take packing tape. Just good quality packing tape. This is I'm getting low on this Scotch brand, but I don't know if you guys can see, I sit there and I just put a tape, I wrap it around the edge so that now I have basically a hinge. I don't recycle my carrier sheets because they tend to get marked up anyway. I mean, this one could be once, you know, even when I'm done with these stamps, I will send them off to someone else with, you know, the carrier sheet. But I do this so mostly to protect my stamps. So both of these now have their little protective hinges, and they're going to go in the packaging. Actually, no, they're going to go in one of these. So we're going to go ahead and put these away. Now, about stamping my cards, I never cease to be amused by myself. So after I went through all of the effort of stamping all of my card backs, it then occurs to Dingleberry that we have this piece that goes over it. Hello, it covers the stamp. So this is what I should have stamped. And I will stamp the other 5 I've already cut on them when I find them. I do not know what I did with them, but I will find them. Not now, because that's when I wanted to do them. It'll be later, but at least I have the one I need to do this card. So be forewarned, guys. When you're doing it, it's this piece that you stamp if you're going to stamp the card at all with, you know, your hand, whatever it is that you stamp on the back of your cards. But now we're going to go to the business of coloring up our friends here. And my original plan was to make this a tuxie because we have two tuxies here, and I realized that if I paint them black, you're not going to see all of the inking. Not such a hot plan. So instead, our cat is going to be Elvis. So I'm going to do, I think this is the gray I decided on, CG 61 is who, because it closely matches Elvis's coloring, because we have a gray and white tabby. So we are going to go ahead and start coloring in, and the lovely thing is that this is a quick coloring. So, you know, and when you are, and I'm doing this wrong already, when you color, you should color in a circular motion. Lay that ink down, lay it down thick in a circular motion, so that you want to saturate your paper. And of course, we all know that I am such the expert colorist. Not, but you know, we have delusions of grandeur. So I colored it really, really in. Now, here's where I have to decide if I want some shading. So I'm gonna kind of shade inside here a little bit. My shading is very simple. I just lay in extra layers of color, although with this, it might be hard. And at the end of the day, I'm not gonna go crazy. This is a very, very cartoony stamp. So this is my personal opinion, and I am not, you know, casting away. There are some beautiful, beautiful colorists. I was just watching some Amy R. Steve and I were watching Amy R. last night, and I'm reminded of just the magnificent colorist she is, as is Christina Warner, as is Nicole Spohr. These are, you know, rock stars to me in the coloring world. I don't know that I will ever be of their caliber, but I'm okay with that. You know, at the end of the day, still, this is a very simple card. So, and I already see that I went off the edge there. So let me grab my blender, and I'm going to come in and push it back. With the clear blender, it's like an alcohol marker eraser. There we go. And it pretty much pushes it back. So maybe I should talk less and color better. But, I mean, this is just going to be a quick, I mean, I have to color. I'm just going to probably color the cat and Yakaju, and then, you know, do the rest, you know, maybe a little bit more time-lapsey. Because, you know, you can only do so much of this. I'll be here forever coloring these guys up, so. But, I mean, there it is. So we have our little Elvis here. my mad scrappers, I am back. I have at least colored in these pieces already. Let me zoom in a little bit more. I don't want to zoom in too much because then I usually fall out of frame somewhere. So now I'm ready to die cut our little friends here. So let me grab. We are going to, actually, let me take a peek. It looks pretty good. It's not going to be perfect. That much, you know, I just looked at against the light to see. So let's grab Señor Marquis de Cortar, Don Marquis de Cortar. Ole. And we're just going to grab it and let's run it through. What have we got to lose? I mean, if it's a little imperfect, I can always grab my scissors and trim it. I mean, really? This isn't like, oh my gosh, world peace does not depend on this card. I would like it to be cute, but you know. All right, mad scrappers, I am back. I have already die cut out all my little pieces. I have gone ahead and picked out and cut my pattern paper. So, and I've written down the measurements if you guys want to make this there. Here it is. So this panel piece here, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. This piece here, whoops, is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then this piece is going to be the front here, and we're going to adhere it, and it is going to be 2 1/2 by 3 3/4. So if you will give me a second, I'm going to go ahead and just glue this down because this isn't rocket science, but I wanted to give you the measurements before I did that. I'm going to be right back. I have glued down all my paper, so here it is already on my card here, and then I've got a semblance of what I want to do with my little kitty here, and I'm insane. I want to put this all on a wobbler, but I'm trying to make it figure out how to fit it because heaven forbid that I not overcrowd the card, and I'm going to do it anyway because you know what? It's my card. So we're going to go for it. We're going for the gusto. Go big or go home. Alrighty, so we have to put his little hat, the lid essentially is his little hat. So I'm gonna go ahead and add on, just take my quick drying glue here, my Nuvo, because that's the one that dries the fastest. And we are going to go ahead and use tweezers because my fat fingers can't maneuver this kind of stuff. It's just so much easier. I realized if I just came into the dark side and use tweezers. So we got that down. Right? Yeah, and it's not glue. That's I just want to make sure I don't glue it to the card. And then I'm going to adhere these pieces straight on the box. I'm not going to dimensionalize or anything because that wobbler is going to be enough. Our little mousy friend might get put on some foam dots, but let's put this guy together first. So here is, of course, the tricky part is putting our wobbler on. Removing the tape. On the other one, the mini one, I couldn't get it off. But this one, I think, as it's bigger, I had an easier time. Or it's just old. I don't know. I have had these suckers for forever and a day. I'm wondering which side is up. I think actually this side is up. So I've removed the tape too soon. No, it is. No, it is up because this is, never mind. Don't mind me. I am a blithering idiot. But there you go. Somebody's got to be it, right? So I just have to put it here. I want to put it here at the base as far high up as I can without it being visible. And I think that's as good as it's going to get. But look, it's working. It's doing its wobbly thing, so I'm not crazy. Okay, wait. No, I am crazy. But, you know, when did that ever stop me, right? This one. Okay. There we go. Mousy guy he's okay. So I just have to figure it out. And I think that's pretty good. I want to put him on straight. Come on. All right, take a second. All right. Oh, look! Oh my God! I love it! Yes! It's perfect. Yes. I know I'm crazy. What can I say, guys? It's like, these are the little things that get me all happy, all Twitter-pated excited. Okay, we're going to put a couple, I'm going to foamy bit here. And what I will probably do is take that little foamy piece here, put it there, and I'll cut another one. I'll take this one. Where are my scissors? Scissors. Okay. My gosh, that was like an almost exact half. That's not bad for the TheMaddScrapper. Okay. And I'll grab this one. I want to touch it with my fingers because I'll lose it here. There we go. So we'll put that back over here. Let's get our scissors off. And now we're going to try to remove the release tapes off the mouse, our little mousy friend. Because I wanted to make this card busy. Because I am very much about busy. I was always into overkill. Alrighty. And we're going to put our little friend right down here. That looks pretty good. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Yes. Alrighty. So now we're ready. And I wanted this to be flat, so I just took a piece of mint tape. And we'll attach it now to Don Marquis de Cortar. Yes. Ole. And we are ready. All right, my TheMaddScrappers. I have my act together. Shocking. I know. Okay, so I made an executive decision because I had to add the sentiment, and I contemplated for a hot second to just shove this all the way over to the side and then put it right here. But then I was going to cover a lot of that paper, so I realized if I actually leave it dead center, which is my original plan, I can just take my sentiment, I'm going to put it on foam, and I could just put it right here, and we're going to still see a little bit of the paper on both sides. So that's going to be my decision. Why? Because it's my card. My God, you guys, you got to know the program here. So let's grab my foam tape. Okay, so wait a minute. Let me talk to blah. Take this off. And by the way, this is one of the stamps from the collection. I went ahead and stamped this off camera and trimmed it down. And I want to come back to you guys. This is going to be a Tip Tuesday on how to trim down small pieces of paper on your guillotine trimmer. So now we're going to come back to this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and go and adhere it now to my card. So we're going to do it doubly. I did the other ones that you saw me do for the kit, my Spellbinders kit. I did it just with the, just with my Big Mama, and it came loose. So I'm going to do both because I want the instant adherence, so I want instant gratification, and I'm also going to put down some fast drying glue which will keep it there forever. So I'm going to very carefully pay attention to what I am doing. Why? I don't know. I'm too broke to pay attention, guys. Have you not seen all the shopping I do? Seriously. Okay, and that looks pretty good, pretty centered. So let me just hold it down for a second. And like I said, the tape does the instant glue, but then with the wet glue, it'll stay. And now I've got to make sure I center this, so I got to run tape over it to cover where silly me taped it, not taped it, but stamped on the back of the card, forgetting that, oh yeah, I was going to cover it. I am my own kind of special. But we all know that. And you guys keep coming back. You guys are repeat offenders. What's wrong with you people? But it's so much fun. And I'm so glad you guys come and hang out with me. Because otherwise, I'd be sitting here crafting, talking to myself. And soon enough, somebody would get clue in to lock me up. So, you guys are saving me from that. And what would the peanut gallery be without me driving him crazy? Think about it, all right? You got to think of him, too. So now, I'm going to hold that down. And yes, sirree, Bob, there you go. There's our card that does the magnificent wobbly bits. Now, one last thing, because it's almost there. Almost done. Almost done. Because we have to add the sentiment. And then it will be complete. So we're going to come in here. And I'm doing it right here to the edge of the pattern paper, like right there. So kind of like half on, half off. Oops. This is exactly why I work with tweezers better than my fingers, because then I can see. I can both see and hold it down. So there we go. Like I said, half on, half off. Now we are done. Except for one thing, because remember, as I say, an artist always signs their work when they can find the pen. So let's do this. Let's go on the back. And I'm going to put my squiggle right here and just come off the space and put the year. And that's what I do. I just put my little initial, my squiggly M, And there you go. Here is our accordion fold center whatever card. It's a step card. So there we go. It's our accordion, our step card, center step accordion fold card. Z, or it's a Z. I mean, when you think about it, it's almost a Z. Actually, it's more like a lopsided M. But I mean, I love it. This was a fun foam to make. And I hope that you guys got something from it, that you enjoyed the journey with me, and that you learned how to make a card and how to make it cute and use ancient paper and silly and not stress over your coloring, because that's it. This is just a cute card that is going to make somebody smile. It's going to be a great birthday card. So if you enjoyed this, guys, then you know what to do. Give me a thumbs up and drop me a note. And if you want to see more madness, because I'm going to have more Fun Fold Fridays, then subscribe and ring that bell, and I'll be back next Friday with another Fun Fold, guys. Meanwhile, I'm going to let you go. Have a great evening or a great day, depending on when you're seeing this. Craft, make something beautiful, be more competent than I am, and don't forget, we are all a little mad here. So come, craft the madness with me, okay? We'll talk to you guys later. Bye!